I've been a fan of flash carts for a while. You know, for retro consoles, a cartridge, put a micro SD card in there, load it up with ROMs, put it in your original hardware, just play whatever game you want, right? But for current generation hardware, or even like previous generation, kind of unheard of. I mean, most systems that come out nowadays use discs. They don't use cartridges, but the Switch is a little different. Use little tiny cartridges, right? And I seen some grumblings about this the other day. Didn't really dig into it, but then I stumbled across this, MIGSwitch.com. And when you go to this website, it gives you this little thing you got to agree to, you got to accept. MIG Switch is a third-party backup and development device for the Nintendo Switch, not endorsed or licensed by Nintendo of Japan. Before ordering or using MIG Switch, you must carefully document yourself about the legality of creating backups of your own game cartridge in your country jurisdiction. Okay, this is getting serious here, man. I don't know if Nintendo's going to like this. Backing up your own, because this goes beyond like, oh, let me hack my Switch. No, this is something way different. Going back to like something like this. Flashcart, boom, put it in your system and just go. Backing up your own legally owned games, surprisingly not permitted in every country, can constitute a serious offense in some. You might get castrated backing up your games. Just depends where you live. MIG Switch does not approve the use of its device with ROMs of games you do not own. Downloaded from the internet, owned by a friend, or any outside source. So you go rent a Switch game from Blockbuster Video. You want to back it up, you can't do that. Well, Blockbuster doesn't really exist anymore, but yeah, beside the point. They state beside the fact that it's illegal, it will void our warranty and support. Oh, come on now. Okay, I've read this. I understand it. Accepted. This thing, it's a Nintendo Switch cartridge with the micro SD card slot. Plug and play, easy backup. Micro SD card not included, but they got like a SanDisk Ultra up in that ish. This is game changing. This is next level craziness. MIG Switch is the only backup and development device for all Switch consoles, regardless of their version, firmware, or type. Like every Switch out there. Doesn't matter the firmware. And does not require any installation or modification of that's the kind of stuff I like. Is it time for the Switch? I mean, the next Switch should be coming out. This Nintendo Switch is getting a little long in the tooth right now, right? Simply plug and play. Man, how much is this going to cost, right? I mean, I buy a lot of Switch games, but for the future, knowing that somebody's already done this now, once the Switch is done, like, hey, man, you know Nintendo, they crazy though. Are they going to be like, this thing comes out, they put out like an update, you can't use it anymore? I don't know. So they state ease of use was always in our mind when developing the MIG Switch. You could see the results in the download section of our site, MIG Switch. So the device consists of two products, they state. The MIG Switch card, which looks to be that thing up there on the screen over yonder. And get on, up there. Wish I could just grab it, but yeah, that right up there. And then the MIG Switch dumper to back up your legally owned Switch games. I don't think they show a dumper here because when I read this earlier, and it seemed like you would plug in a Switch cartridge. I don't know. Let's go to the download section. So they don't have anything that you can download, but they do have the instructions. So this is going to have the firmware and to download when available for the MIG Switch. Instructions: prepare your SD card, make sure it's exFAT. Place XCI game files in the root of the micro SD card. Ensure the game files follow this naming structure. I'm not going to read all that. Optionally, you can create an xxx.xci folder and place the relevant game files in there. Online mode. Online mode is only recommended with a fully complete game dump. So they're talking about certificates, card ID set, card UID. If any of that stuff is missing, online mode is not recommended as it can lead to console bans or username ban, your Nintendo Network ID, that kind of thing. Launching games, select the game launch by ejecting and reinserting the game card. Upon launching game, same game will appear every reinsert. To unlock, eject the game card when the LED light turns green. So as I don't have one of these in my hands at the moment, some of these instructions, I understand the English language that's being used here, but I just can't visualize it. Is it like you load up one game at a time? It's like a single thing, and then you pop like, because if you're not hacking your Switch, you're not gonna have like a menu system or anything like that, right? I would imagine this thing's just gonna take whatever game file is on there, and maybe there's a selector or something. Maybe you eject it. I don't know. I don't know. If you can, right now it's like 2 a.m. when I'm recording this. If you can decipher this better than I can at this crazy hour, let me know. But I would imagine like, yeah, one game, pop it in, it just recognizes it as that game. Maybe there's a way to swap games easily. I don't know. But then they got the MIG dumper instructions. Insert game card into the dumper slot. Plug the dumper into the PC with the USB cable, which they didn't show any picture of that. A mass storage device will appear with a folder to create a game backup. Just copy that file, right? So we were on the home page. No. Oh, yeah, we didn't look at this. We looked at the product page, I think is where it led to. But right now they're talking about distributors, accepting distributors, because they're not going to sell it to you. It's got to go through distributors. These guys are, it says that the MIG Switch is developed and produced in the Russian Federation. MiG is a Russian, fighter jet, so I guess that makes sense. And they got a little fighter jet right there. To have them ship that stuff out, like obviously there's a lot of countries out there that these guys wouldn't be able to ship it to. So they're going to ship it to distributors through various other countries that nobody gives a crap. And then they're going to distribute it out to all the other countries that there's no issue, exporting or shipping things, to or from. So that's probably how it's going to go down. So they're accepting distributor pre-orders. Email us if you're interested. Deliveries will start in January of next year. First in limited quantities with full availability for March or April. High demands that they're receiving. Please bear with us until we can complete all pre-orders. We do not sell retail to end users. That's it. They're just distributor only. Reviews incoming. They're looking for reviewers, final testing, all that stuff. But yeah, we're on the product page. Back up your games. Oh, so they explain the process here, which, there you go. Then the download section. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I'm curious. I mean, is it finally time? Like, I know a lot of people have hacked, modified their Switch, running software, doing whatever the hell they're doing. I don't care. I've made it clear the way I've gone about, like, I still buy like retail games. I haven't hacked my Switch. I buy games that I want. But at a point, like, I would be cool with this. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with it for the NES, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, the GameCube, the Wii U, loading up games, hacking your system. I'm fine with everything at a certain point. Personally, I don't care what other people do. But this is something I'm intrigued. A plug and play device, just like a Flashcart, pop it in. I'm really curious to see more and understand more how this is going to work. But let me know what you guys think. The MIG Switch, I guess, man. Appreciate you guys. Live free. Make a change. Join the revolution. What the frick, man? Look at this propaganda up in here. Bye.